Hello, this is Goku4071 here with a recommended video. My first recommended video, I did want to say that, from DBE Fan 18. And he's a friend of mine. But it's also going to be a video response to Smokestack's video on Dragon Ball Kai. But it's not just going to be about Dragon Ball Kai. I'm going to tell you how I feel about Dragon Ball Z. Kind of give a short review on that. And then I'm going to go into what I feel about Dragon Ball Kai and how I feel about it coming to Nickelodeon. So there's going to be a lot of different things in here. But, Dragon Ball Z, first of all, was an anime series that came out in America. Or that came out in 1989. And it came in the United States, I think, around 96. I'm not sure, but we got it fairly late. I believe it was already ended in Japan when we got it in the United States, or near the end. Because I know I used to watch some Japanese episodes. Actually, no, I don't think it was near the end when we got it in the United States. I think I don't really know where it was, but this is not about that. Okay. So, a short summary of what Dragon Ball Z is about is, and just Dragon Ball Z. I'm not going to go into Chi-Chi in this video, and I'm not going to go into Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball Z is a sequel to Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball Z is about this guy named Goku. He has a kid, he's married, and he's going to go see his friends that he has not seen in years, and his kid's kidnapped, and he finds out that he's a Saiyan, and he has to kill his brother, Raditz, and from there, you go into meeting two other Saiyans, and you find out how powerful these people are. So after you find out about these new two Saiyans, they have to fight, and the show becomes, and Goku was injured, or Goku died during the battle with Raditz. So, Goku has to heal and has to train, and that is drawn out, and then eventually we get into the battle where Nappa and Vegeta, the two Saiyans, are fighting Goku's friends. And then eventually Goku shows up. There's a big battle that happens, and obviously the hero does prevail in the end. But it's a really big battle, and a lot happens. A lot of characters are in there. And it was a very interesting battle. Good fight scenes. And they let Vegeta go away, and live. Barely alive, but still live. And then the series goes into, Namek. And you find out about the Nameks, and you get the, Frieza Saga. And the Frieza Saga was this very drawn out, long fight, on Namek, where they have to fight two of Frieza's henchmen. Goku was injured at the end, so Goku has to heal again. And Goku's in a spaceship racing to Namek, and eventually meet the Ginyu Force, and the Ginyu Force fights for quite a long time. Goku has to defeat the Ginyu Force, and then Goku's injured again, because Goku's always getting hurt. Almost every episode, Goku gets hurt and has to be revived. Yeah, it's continuous. And then you get into the Frieza battle, and the Frieza battle was massively long. From beginning to end, 30 episodes. And like almost all the characters on there fought a lot. Piccolo fought, Vegeta fought, Gohan fought, and, of course, Goku fought. And the heroes prevail in the end, and you get Super Saiyan Goku. And then you get into the Android Saga, where there are these two androids that killed all the Z fighters in the future. And Trunks has to come back to change the future, so everything turns out good. And soon you find out there's actually more than just two androids. There ends up being 5 androids, and they have to fight the androids for quite a while. And that's very long, drawn-out fight scene. Then you get into the Cell stuff. First you have the Cell Saga, where Cell has to become... the incomplete Cell Saga, where Cell has to be complete. Cell ends up becoming complete. Then Cell says, if you can get stronger, I'll give you 10 days. So they give him 10 days. They go in the hyperbolic time chamber, get massively strong. They fight Cell. Heroes always prevail. Then you get into the Buu Saga, and Goku's dead. Goku's training. You meet Pikkon, and then you get into Teen Gohan going to high school, meeting the Videl, and then they have to meet this new all-powerful enemy, Buu. You get a lot of other random enemies, but Boo's the major one. Buu transforms into many different forms, like almost every bad guy in the show. World trembling things. You meet Hercule. Hercule is actually in the Cell games, but Hercule becomes more of a character because it's the father of Videl, which is Gohan's future wife. You get a lot of fight scenes. Trunks is Trunks. Now you have young Trunks. You have Goten, Gohan's brother. They end up fusing, making Gotenks. They fight, of course. They become Super Saiyan 3. Of course, everyone's becoming Goku Super Saiyan 3 by this time. Vegeta never becomes Super Saiyan 3, believe it or not. So, they have to fight. They fight a lot. You get into the fusion. Buu transforms into like a billion different forms. Goku almost fuses Gohan. Eventually fuses with Vegeta. They go into Buu, get separated. The fight lingers on. Goku starts to do a spirit bomb. Nobody wants to give their energy. And then Hercule has to tell the world, get off your asses. They've been saving your butts for how many years now? All you have to do is put up your stupid arms for a little bit longer, and you'll all be saved. And so they do it. Everything ends up going good, and then the show ends with a tournament where Goku and Oob, the reincarnation of Kid Buu, ends up flying off, and that's how the show ends. I love Dragon Ball Z. I never saw Dragon Ball until I had saw Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z was my favorite TV show. Before that, it was Rugrats. Then this came out, and I loved it. It was my favorite cartoon. I used to watch it every week. I watched it near the beginning, and I loved watching it. It was such a great TV show for me. As a kid, I would just get up in the mornings, turn on Saturday morning cartoons, and I would watch it. It would just be so fun to watch it. I wasn't very young. I think I was in my early teens when this first came out. I think I was 14, I think, when it came to America. But I was still a kid, and I still enjoyed watching it. And this got me into anime. And this is the root anime. This is pretty much the gateway drug of anime. This is pretty much, if you ask almost any anime fanatic, this, in America, this is the anime that got them into anime. Because we didn't have much of anything else before this. There were animes before this, but this was the big one. And then we ended up getting a lot of other ones. And I was the Toonami fanboy. And I can say this. I can say this with a straight face. I was the Toonami fanboy. I watched every anime that came on Toonami, no matter if I liked it or I didn't, except for a couple of them. Sailor Moon. Actually, no, I didn't watch everyone, but I watched all the long ones. I watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched Inuyasha. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. And if you want me to do any videos on those, I would love to tell you how I feel about those. But Naruto, Bleach. Still watch Bleach, love Bleach, still love Naruto. But I loved all those animes, and I grew up liking those. Now, Dragon Ball Z had one big flaw. It was drawn out. You would get these storylines that would take so long to ever get to the conclusion. So, fast forward to about a year ago. It was the 20th anniversary of Dragon Ball, so they wanted to do something special. They had this movie, Dragon Ball Evolution, which I think it's watchable. That's all I'm going to say right now. If you want me to do a review, recommend it. I will definitely do a review of that. Pretty much anything you ask, I will do a review of, even if I think it's utter piece of shit. But yeah, but I will tell you how I feel. I'm not gonna sugar it up. This is Goku 4071 here at the end of video part 1 of my Dragon Ball discussion. This part was all a summary and my thoughts on Dragon Ball Z. The next video is going to be completely dedicated to Kai, my thoughts on that. Stay tuned. If you have a comment or a video response, please submit it, and stay tuned for the next video. It should be up right around the same time as this video.